People on Flight 247 would never forget the moment a scarred woman, trembling under stares and whispers, tried to hide her burned face behind a scarf. But what happened next, when a rugged single-dad veteran walked up to her, gave up his first-class seat, and said, "Ma'am, you deserve this more than I do," would trigger a chain of events that no one on that plane could have imagined. Because less than 24 hours later, a deafening sound shook the quiet woods around his small cabin. Marine One, the president's helicopter, landed right at his doorstep. And the reason why would leave the entire nation speechless. The sun was barely up when Ethan Cole, a former Army medic and now a full-time single dad, buckled his 8-year-old daughter Lily into their economy seats. He had saved for months, repairing neighbors' cars, taking late-night security shifts, and selling old tools to buy 2 tickets for this trip. It was their first real vacation since his wife's passing, and Lily had been glowing with excitement. But Ethan's exhaustion was obvious. His shoulders bore invisible weight, years of battlefield memories, guilt, and the constant struggle of doing everything alone. As passengers boarded, whispers rippled through the cabin. A woman stepped in, slow, hesitant. Her face and neck bore severe burn scars, the kind that made strangers look twice. Her left hand trembled as she tried to hide behind a thin scarf. The burn marks told a silent story of pain, survival, and loneliness. Some people stared. Some looked away too quickly. A few whispered behind hands. The woman shrank a little more with each step. Ethan watched, first curious, then protective. He noticed the way Lily tilted her head with innocent empathy, not judgment. The woman reached first-class seat 1A. But a sharply dressed man blocked her path. "Excuse me," she whispered. I think this is my seat." He frowned. "Ma'am, they gave you first class? Must be a mistake." She froze. "No, it's mine." "Well, maybe you should switch," he muttered. "Some of us paid real money." Her eyes filled with humiliation. Ethan felt something snap inside him. He stood from his seat in economy. "Ma'am," he called gently, "I think your seat is perfect. But, would you allow me to take it for you?" She looked confused. "Take it?" Ethan walked up the aisle, placed a hand over his heart, a veteran's gesture of respect. "You deserve comfort," he said softly. "And kindness. Please let me give you my first-class seat." The man rolled his eyes. "You're seriously giving it to her?" Ethan stared him down. "Yes. And you should be ashamed for making her feel like she didn't belong." The cabin went silent. Flight attendants exchanged looks, some emotional. The scarred woman's lip trembled. Why would you do this?" Ethan offered a small smile. "Because no one who survived what you did should ever be made to feel small." His words hit her like a warm wave she hadn't felt in years. She took the seat, hands shaking, eyes wet. Ethan returned to economy, Lily beaming at him proudly. "Daddy," she whispered, "Mom would have liked what you did." He kissed her forehead. "I hope so, sweetheart." But little did he know. Someone on that plane had recorded the entire moment. And the video was already spreading across the nation. The next morning was cold and quiet around Ethan's small forest cabin. He was chopping wood while Lily fed their chickens. Then the world shook. A thunderous roar rolled overhead. Wind blasted through the trees. Lily screamed and clung to him. Ethan looked up, eyes widening. Marine One. The president's helicopter. Descending, right, onto his property. Secret Service agents jumped out as the rotors slowed, forming a perimeter. Ethan's heart pounded. What the hell was happening? Then a tall figure in a dark coat stepped out. Not the president, but a high-ranking official with a golden badge. Secretary of Veterans Affairs. "Ethan Cole," he called. Ethan swallowed. "Yes, sir." The man approached, extending a hand. "Yesterday you gave up your first-class seat on Flight 247. Ethan rubbed the back of his neck. "It was nothing. Just the right thing." The official shook his head. That woman, Grace Turner, is a civilian firefighter who saved 6 children from a burning daycare. She's been struggling ever since, physically and emotionally. Your kindness rekindled something in her that had been lost for years. Ethan shifted, humbled. But that's not why I'm here, the man continued. Your act of compassion went viral. Millions saw it. Including the president. Ethan blinked. The president? Yes. And after reviewing your military record, the rescue missions, the commendations you never talk about, he made a decision. The official reached into a leather case and pulled out an envelope. Heavy, embossed with a golden seal. Lily squeezed her dad's hand, trembling with excitement. For years, the man said gently, you've lived quietly, carrying burdens alone. But your country hasn't forgotten you. Ethan opened the envelope. And froze. Inside was a full scholarship for Lily, from elementary to university. A grant to renovate his entire cabin. A National Heroes Medal, rarely awarded. And an official request. The president wanted to meet Ethan personally in Washington. Tears burned in Ethan's eyes, years of struggle suddenly cracking open. I don't deserve all this, he whispered. The official smiled. Maybe not in your eyes. But sometimes, Mr. Cole, the smallest act of kindness reveals the biggest kind of hero. Lily threw her arms around her father. Daddy, we're going to Washington. And in that moment, amid the wind of Marine One, with the world finally acknowledging him, Ethan realized something powerful. You never know which ordinary moment, which simple act, which quiet choice to be kind, might echo across the world and come soaring back to your doorstep.